Hi everyone, this is Sophia, and thanks for the questions that you send in to me. I decided, because the question I'm about to cover is asked so many times, I'm asked this all the time, that I would actually shoot a video and answer it. And the question is, how do you power up when everyone around you is drawing energy and strength from you? So how do you actually maintain your energy when you are a pillar of or a source of energy for everybody that you know? And it is common because I deal with leaders, I work with entrepreneurs with a following. And when you get into that position, the stronger you build your brand, the more you are known for what you do and who you are and what you stand for as an entrepreneur or a leader or a business person, the more people will be drawn to your light. And that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic thing. The challenge obviously comes when it becomes overwhelming, when it feels like you just never ever have a chance for yourself. You're never getting a chance just to catch your breath and to be grounded and to fill yourself up. And so in response to that question, there has to be a progression of things that I would advise. The first thing is understanding what builds your energy. You obviously know what drains your energy is having a lot of people around you that have access to you 24/7 without you having the opportunity to power yourself up. And so every time that you give more than you possess, you're going to be in deficit and more deficit until you feel drained and until you burn out, really. So understanding what that's what takes away your energy, but then understand what gives you energy. And that can be a number of things. It could just solely being switching your phone off. If you know that most of these calls and these contacts and things like that are coming from phone calls that you weren't expecting, switch it off. Take some time for yourself. An hour is fine, just to power yourself up. And in that time, really do something that builds you. And another way to build yourself is then to top up your energy from a high energy source. So maybe someone that inspires you, maybe watching a motivational video, reading an inspirational book, learning more about your field, looking at stories of people that have overcome, and having that inspire you from within to actually top yourself up and continue. It may be that that's the thing that energizes you. It could be that you pray. It could be that you affirm. But understand what it is for you. Do I need to sleep? Do I need to meditate? How do I actually, what are the things that I'm doing when my energy is being fulfilled? And usually it is that you're taking energy from a higher power source, like prayer, ultimately, or affirmation or reading. The other thing is to understand that this situation of being drained it arises because you allow it to. And what you allow is what will continue. And what is continuing is the act of people draining you. And so this is the reason why you're feeling this need for the additional power. But you are the first person that is allowing that level of access to you. And so if you are a leader, if you're that person in your field that everyone's coming to, then your time is your ultimate asset. Time is the ultimate asset for everybody, but especially for you. And not taking that into account is a peril that is going to actually lead you further into that situation. So treat your time as an asset. Means be in control of it, understand what's happening with it. How do you do that? It means that there will be, if you know that you're going to have people around you be that you're not directly working with. I mean, these are people outside of your team that maybe just come to you, that they have some form of challenge that they need your advice and wisdom for. Then there should be a time and place in your day when you know you're usually in high energy that you deal with those. And so, for instance, I know that I am, particularly after I rest and I wake up pretty early for me anyway. I wake up around, I don't know, 7 8ish in the morning, and I start work at 11, meaning my calendar, my schedule, which is how people get to actually communicate and book time in with me, doesn't start till 11 o'clock. So what am I doing between that time, 8 to 11? I'm building my energy. I'm filling myself up with everything I need for every area of my life. There are 7 different areas in your life, and I'll talk to you about those in just a moment. There are also 7 different days in the week. So every day I give myself an opportunity to work further on myself in a different area of my life. It may be that, for instance, on a Thursday, I'm focusing on the mental area, my personal development, and I'm looking at courses, I'm looking at books, I'm looking at how I can be better in my field, I'm going on webinars, I'm taking notes, writing things, I'm really just working on my mental. Whereas Sunday it's my spiritual development, and I'm looking into that. Friday I'm looking into the financial areas, I'm looking at billing and invoicing and budgeting and chasing, and there are 7 areas, and you can take some time in your day to know that your stuff got done. Because one of the reasons why you can get feel a little bit drawn is because you know that you're giving and giving and giving, and you haven't given anything to yourself. But if you give to yourself first, it means that you start your day in a position of, my stuff got done. I went to the gym. I had a proper breakfast. I called the people that are important to me in my social circle, or whatever it is. So knowing that you're in control of that means you control the schedule. What it means for me is that when people do schedule their calls, number one, I'm prepared for it. I'm in high energy. Anytime someone comes to me for help, or if someone says, Sophia, I need to talk to you, I have a problem, I'm like, okay, book it in, put it in the calendar. I have a contact management system. You can have a look at it. Actually, it's at contact.sophiabailey.co.uk, and I use a service called vCita for that, which you'll see if you go to the site. But that's really useful for me. If someone wants to contact me, they go to contact.sophiabailey.co.uk. They can send a message there. When I'm in high energy, I already have in my schedule a time of day when I respond to all of those messages. So if I'm in the middle of a task for one of my clients and someone needs me, they can't have me at that time. They simply cannot have me while my energy is focused on serving someone. And it allows me to be in high spirit and high energy, and really fully giving, fully present, and fully focused when I speak to anyone. And so what do they feel from me? They feel inspired, they feel elevated, and they don't feel that they were calling at an inopportune time, or that they're causing me to feel drained in any way, and they can always leave feeling better than when they came. So that's the second thing, is really treating your time as an asset, understanding how to control it, having a system for controlling it. And the last thing, as I mentioned before, it's scheduling what is important to you first. Make sure that you power up first in any way that you can. And so one of the things that causes you when you're at the bottom and you want to get into that space, because this is really sort of maintenance, once you have cleared away everything that is causing you to feel drained, then it's easier to actually continue, as I've just mentioned. But what about before you get to that point? What about when you are in complete overwhelm and just can't see a way out? You're actually running an organization or running your business, but running on empty. Very, very dangerous thing to do. And if you've burned out before, you'll know that that is a pretty dangerous thing to do. So what I recommend is cleansing. Not just a mental cleanse, which if you go to my website, in fact, I think sophiabailey.co.uk/mental cleanse, and you'll get to my mental cleanse. But actually looking at which area of your life is causing you the most challenge and causing most of your energy to be drained. It may be in personal relationships or friendships. It could be at work. It could be simply just being pretty hard on yourself and what you're not getting done. And so I'm going to be running a webinar just to cover, how do you cleanse every area of your life? What are the 7 cleanses that you can use to go from organized chaos, which many entrepreneurs operate within, to a place of organized excellence, where you're organized but you're on point. You're not in a chaotic state of organization. We'll be running that a couple of times this month. And if you go to my Facebook page, in fact, facebook.com/the Sophia Bailey, then you can subscribe to my events, and every time I do a webinar, you'll be able to see it. Alternatively, go to my website, sophiabailey.co.uk, join my mailing list, and I will invite you to every webinar or workshop that I do. You'll often get discounts too if they're paid workshops, but pretty much my webinars are free. So I hope that's been useful. Take your energy for yourself. Schedule in what's important to you. Schedule in time of those people that you're dealing with so you can give them the best of yourself and not feel drained. And start with a cleanse. I will show you how. So hopefully I'll see you on my webinars coming up, and comment below, comment if it's on YouTube or wherever you see this video, and let me know how that works for you. All right, take care. Bye for now. God bless.